was thinking to myself, do we want to make back-to-back videos on 2 separate hockey games late in the season? And the answer ultimately was no, because I think that would interfere with the algorithm and have my videos cannibalize each other. So in this commentary, we are talking about 2 recently completed shootout games, one a lot more important than the other, if I'm gonna be honest. But the other was indeed a Montreal Canadiens win, so let's get that in there as well. Let's talk about the Blue Jackets and the Red Wings' 4-3 shootout win by Columbus, and Montreal's 4-3 shootout win over the Florida Panthers. But before we dive into the Habs, before we dive into the late-game heroics by Lane Hutson and the captain Nick Suzuki to collaborate on a last-second game-tying goal, we have to talk about how the Red Wings just got screwed over by some former Wolverines. Adam Fantilli, the last-second game-tying goal in the third period. Zach Werenski, the shootout winner. Kent Johnson, the first shootout goal. Man, Michigan Wolverines were going out there and torturing the Detroit Red Wings in this hockey game. And it all started out in the first period. Now, I'll just say this, Danton Heinen is not a former Wolverine. He's actually a former Richmond Sockeye, which is the team that I was the play-by-play commentator for once upon a time 6 years ago. But Danton Heinen gets things started 2 minutes into the opening period because of a brutal defensive zone turnover by Axel Sandin Pellikka. I know he had scored some points upon his return the other night. I know Axel Sandin Pellikka has a bright future. But this is not great. He's behind his own net. He's challenged by the forecheck. He tries to reverse it to Casper, but it's stolen away there by Mason Marchment out in front for Heinen, who shoots and he scores. I'm sorry. John Gibson wasn't really prepared for it. He wasn't expecting his guys to give it up behind his own net. And Danton Heinen makes it 1-0. Just 8 minutes later, though, you have the captain, Dylan Larkin, taking advantage of a funny bounce. Sider goes over to Kane, who goes over to Larkin, who tries to send it in front for DeBrincat, but the puck gets blocked down by, I believe it's Denton Matejchuk in front. The puck stays in that area, and Larkin is able to bury it, get that goal to tie things up. Sorry, it wasn't Matejchuk, it was Eric Goodbranson, number 44 there. Man, we love to see Eric Goodbranson still playing National Hockey League games, don't we? But Larkin, former Wolverine, makes it 1-1, and then we see in the second period just the level of skill that some of these Red Wings have, because Larkin springs none other than one of the newest Red Wings in Justin Faulk in the neutral zone. He picks the puck up, splits the D, comes in on Jet Greaves, and scores. He does it all by himself. This goal will have 2 assists to Sherratt and Larkin, but make no mistake about it, that was Justin Faulk just showcasing his skill on display. 2-1, Detroit Red Wings lead, up until you have Zach Werenski on the power play, who ties things up all by himself too. We had spoken about these former Wolverines going out there and just taking control of the game, and that's exactly what Werenski did here. He just takes it, he shoots it, he scores it. It's a beautiful goal, but not beautiful for Red Wings fans who want to see this team come out on top. There was a chance to hold on to it, because late in the third period, you have Justin Faulk, who was set up by Alex DeBrincat and Andrew Kopp straight off of the face-off, who fires a shot by Jet Greaves. And once again, the Red Wings hold the 3-2 one-goal lead. Late in the third, as we had mentioned, up until the last 17 seconds of regulation, where the Blue Jackets win an offensive zone draw. It's Monahan, he gets it to go off to the side, Marchenko goes over to Werenski, out to the side, and it's a 1-T by Fantilli that beats John Gibson far side. A last-second miracle goal as Adam Fantilli, the former Wolverine, continues his hot streak. Overtime comes, and unfortunately, there was not really a super big push from either team in overtime. I felt like the Red Wings were getting a little bit complacent with the puck in the corners, especially in their own zone. It seemed like for a moment they were trying to play for the shootout, where unfortunately things don't go their way. Raymond gets stopped. Kent Johnson scores. Patrick Kane and DeBrincat end up scoring some beautiful goals, but then Charlie Coyle, in an effort to keep the game alive, does so successfully. Larkin doesn't score, he misses the net wide, Fantilli gets stopped up, JVR does too, before Zach Werenski, with a lethal wrist shot, gives Columbus that last-second push that they need. With that said, now, the Blue Jackets, if we reload the page over here, they've got 90 points, the Wings have 89. Blue Jackets hockey has overtaken Detroit because of this extra point here, and the Red Wings, with a very, very, very disappointing loss of a point, find themselves even further back of the wild card. Now, let's briefly skim over this Montreal Canadiens and Florida Panthers game, because honestly, this game doesn't really matter. The Canadiens are in the playoffs, they've already clinched, and all we're looking for now is Cole Caufield to reach 50 goals on the season. He hasn't done that yet. He's been stuck at 49 for a while now. But getting things started on this game for Montreal on the power play, it's Nick Suzuki breaking into the zone, drops it off for Slafkovsky. He goes across to Caufield, who then goes across to Demidov, who takes a one-timer from the outside perimeter of the face-off circle. Oh my goodness, that's like classic Ovechkin-style shooting. The way Demidov gets on one knee, the way he gets so much torque in that hockey stick. I'll tell you what, man, Ivan Demidov is not as big as Alex Ovechkin is or was, but he has that shot power from long-range distance. Beautiful play, beautiful goal. The Florida Panthers then get the lead later on because Cole Reinhardt, yeah, cough, cough, it's not Sam Reinhart, it's Cole Reinhardt. He gets a wrister to go and to give that Panthers the 2-1 lead. Philippe Danault in the third period then ties things up once again. We love to see Philippe Danault getting points, and it's Adam Engstrom's first NHL assist on the season, so obviously a pretty big milestone for him late in the year. But Danault picks up a rebound in the slot area. He buries it by Daniil Tarasov. Tie game up until Ito Luosterainen gets a tip just a few minutes later to give the Panthers the 3-2 lead, and leave it to Nick Suzuki from Lane Hutson and Uri Slafkovsky to tie this game back up in the remaining 21 seconds of the third period. Slafkovsky gets the pass from Demidov, he finds Hutson in the middle, and at this point, Lane Hutson just decides to cut through everybody. He has a lane to the net. Daniil Tarasov comes out to challenge, so what does Hutson do? Instead of shooting it, he skates around the goalie and then loops the puck back in front, right onto the skate of Suzuki. He settles it, he shoots it, it's in. It's a beautiful goal. Suzuki's 28th of the season, Hutson's 63rd assist. Nick Suzuki, the captain, ends up getting this really nice play to tie things up. It's his first goal of the game, and what is that? How many points does he have in the year now? He had 27 goals heading into tonight, now he's got 28. So Nick Suzuki's 96th point on the season. There are 4 games left. He's got to get 4 points. Is he going to do it? I'd say it's pretty likely. But Nick Suzuki does end up tying this game up in the last minute of the third period, before Cole Caufield ends up getting the shootout winner. In fact, it's Caufield who scores a beautiful goal 5-hole, and then Alexandre Texier who goes upstairs. They both get it to go on Daniil Tarasov. Luosterainen and Bennett get stopped up by Jakub Dobeš, who unfortunately hasn't been great this year in the shootout. He hasn't had great numbers, but he ends up flawless today, so that's a very good sign for the Montreal Canadiens. Not that that really matters for the playoffs or whatever. Again, they're already in. The Panthers are already officially out. But with that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about the Red Wings blowing it and losing a last-second game against Columbus, a very valuable point in the standings, and what happens from here? Also, how do you feel about the Canadiens' win over the Panthers? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.